Well, good morning and welcome back to Cityline. I told you the next time you would see me, I would be over here with the food and beautiful, marvelous Milah to talk about incredible healthiness for the new year. This is plant-powered food. And how did the name Chubby Plant come around?
So we actually, we have a catering company, and we decided that we wanted to offer some fresh and healthy options to the community. And so we started making options that were pretty comparable to our own recipes.
I love this. So these are your recipes. You eat this way. This is not just a resolution. It's not I had too much candy over the holidays. This is a lifestyle, but it's also a lifestyle that can easily be adapted.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is our end product. Tell me what this is.
So it's a raw vegan sushi bowl. We're using cauliflower as a base.
Yes!
And we basically created rice out of our cauliflower using the food processor.
Okay.
Pulse it a couple times. It doesn't take a lot of effort. You just want to make sure you don't over pulse it.
Okay.
You don't want your cauliflower to be ground too
Milah,
much.
are you kidding me? This is incredible.
Thank you so much.
All right, so you're pulsing cauliflower.
We pulse the cauliflower.
And the cauliflower is raw. It's not steamed.
The cauliflower
it's not rolled
is
or
raw.
anything.
Now you do have the option to go ahead and heat it. You can add a tablespoon of olive oil to a pan and add a little bit of heat, saute it if you like. But this is perfectly delicious raw.
Okay.
And then you also get the benefits of all of the vitamins and nutrients and nothing being cooked out.
Okay.
So all of the chopped down items that we've prepared will also last. So you could prep this and do meal prep for the week if you prefer. You could also change it and do a roll if you'd like with it.
And here's our list of ingredients.
All the ingredients you're gonna need. Looks like a lot. Doesn't really take more than 15 minutes to chop everything down and get it prepped. And like I said, the benefit is that you'll have stuff left over to create other, meals. You can use your leftover veggies if you want in your fridge. That's a way to get rid of them instead of just tossing them, chop them down, and use them for your cauliflower. The sushi taste comes from the seaweed sheets, the dried seaweed sheets, and you can also get them in different flavors.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so here I am. I'm like, okay, so my life is very busy. My wife loves to eat this way. And when I look at this, as I'm talking with my mouth full, excuse me, I think this is too much work for me.
Like I said, it does look like a lot of ingredients, but chop down time is not going to take you any more than 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay.
And that counts for way more than what we're seeing here.
Okay.
Right?
All right, so this will last a while.
Yeah. So you should be able
Salads.
to get salads,
Omelets.
fruit wraps, veggie wraps. You have a lot of options. Even if you're just making your regular dinner, you can toss on your veggies that you've already chopped. It creates less waste as well. Like I said, if you go into your fridge and you have these extra veggies laying around, go ahead and chop them down and you have options.
And you have my favorite thing in the world, and that's an avocado over there. Unbelievable. Talk with me about the marinade, the salad. The salad dressing or the marinade is so incredibly clean and pure. When I think about some of the reasons why people eat this way, they eat this way because maybe they have allergies, they have autoimmune, and you can really get yourself wound up tightly in buying all these ingredients and then not using them. Is that what you find happens?
That can happen if you don't have a plan. Like with anything, you need to plan. And then you have to put a little effort into the execution of that plan. So, buying the ingredients is not going to do anything if you're not going to hop in the kitchen and experiment. And I know sometimes it can be frustrating when you're trying out new recipes and things like that, but you just have to go into the kitchen with a little bit of patience.
Just go into it.
And tap into your natural
Grab the
taste
family,
preferences.
get into the kitchen, get all hands in here after they're washed. And then let's talk about, because this is so delicious.
Oh, thank you so
Where
much.
do you get your recipes? I mean, because the world is a recipe right now in terms of of where you can go. Food Network, Instagram. My TikTok is nothing but food.
Yeah.
and art. Where do you get your inspirations?
Well, as we know, social media has a hold on, basically our data source, right?
It does.
And so that's where I find most of my favorites. Chef Joya, she is a Southern Comfort style vegan chef that is also an author, has recipe books out, does immaculate,
Chef Joya.
Does immaculate videos that are easy to follow along with and recreate. And, create your own substitutions as well. Also, Chef Cola from Zimbabwe, she's really a good social activist as well, but she's attempting to kind of create a space where Zimbabweans can learn more about plant-based cooking and implement that into their diet through her cookery out there. And then, of course, Chef Hal in Seattle. I mean, I could go on and on. There's so many vegan influences now.
But you are so well versed in this.
Oh, thank you.
Now,
so much.
let's talk about the big P word. Are you ready for this? Protein.
Protein.
Let's talk about protein, because this is the one thing that I think many people question, or they ask, or they say, how do I incorporate protein into this? How do I incorporate vegetable protein, plant protein, animal protein? How do you answer that?
Well, anytime that you're looking at a dietary change, you need to consider your individual needs as opposed to rolling with the masses of said group.
There we
So
go.
you might have a need for increased protein or iron. That's something that you kind of have to seek out. And then finding those alternatives or substitutes, then becomes your responsibility, right? But there are lots of substitutes for protein.
What are your favorites that come to mind that you think
my
are
favorites-
easy? Like Cheryl goes home and says, Troy and Zach are making sushi bowls. Troy, go to the QFC over there, wherever she lives. I'm not going to tell you where she lives. And pick up shrimp, tofu. What would you put in this?
Well, I mean, the topping options are honestly endless, right? Depends on dietary preferences and styles. You could totally throw shrimp in there if you wanted to, or you could keep it plant-based, and there's seitan, there's soy products as well that are really comparable in texture nowadays to meat, so you're not really missing a bunch. The divide between vegan and non-vegan food has slimmed down so much,
has it ever.
to where the taste and the texture are
It's unbelievable.
of better quality. Yeah.
Boy, I mean, I challenge you. There's a beautiful restaurant in Seattle called Cafe Flora. And I challenge you, when you sit down to have a portobello Wellington, to not think that you are biting into a ribeye. It is unbelievable.
Yeah, and there's so many meat, like the Good Butcher is one example of where you can get, meat for events and things like that. So your company that's not vegan won't kind of feel left out. It's a great way to kind of introduce different foods and things. So there are some great options out there now.
Do you know how much I love you?
Oh,
You
love
are
you back.
incredible. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank
For
you.
being such a vessel of wellness, health, and balance for us. We need that more than ever in this world right now. And will you come back and play with me again?
Yes,
All right.
definitely.
All right, sounds
Thank you
good.
for having me.
My pleasure. That wraps up the first segment of 2025 of Cityline. It is always a pleasure to be in your home. We've given you some beautiful things to think about and to make. Go out there, be a part of the tapestry, connect with people, and pay it forward. And when you come back, Milah and I will be waiting for you right here at Cityline. Take care.